everybody. I am so glad to be here with you today. My name is Jane Elgin, and I teach 3rd grade at McCutcheonville Elementary School. Go Mustangs! I am here today to talk to you about money. That's something that you are probably already familiar with, but in 3rd grade, we learn how to count big quantities of money. We put bills together with coins, and we count the big numbers together now that we're a little bit older. So I'm so glad that you can be here with me today, and I hope you learn about counting money. Let's go ahead and get started. Now, I don't know about you, but this is one of my only times ever being on TV, and I am really nervous. And I know when I'm feeling nervous and afraid that I can always do some star breathing to help me feel better about what I'm doing. And that's why I have my star here on the screen. And in my classroom, we like to do star breathing anytime we're feeling nervous or doubtful. We enjoy doing star breathing. The trick is you need to do it 3 times in order to make your brain change. Here's how you do it. The S is for smile. And you might need to force yourself to smile these first couple of times. Smile. The T and the A is for take a breath. So you take your hand, put it on your belly, smile, take a breath. We're going to go in our nose and out our mouth. The R is for relax, and we like to say in my classroom, I can handle this. That was one time. Here we go. Smile. Take a breath. I can handle this. One more time. Smile. Take a breath. I can handle this. I bet you're feeling ready for your lesson. I know I feel a lot more relaxed about being nervous like I was before. I bet you know this friend right here. Here's Listening Larry. We use Listening Larry in our classroom to get calm and alert so that we are ready to learn. And we know that Larry looks at who he's listening to, so I'd like you to make sure you're looking at the TV. He tries to get his ears to listen to what the person is saying. He keeps his body calm and steady. So go ahead and get your whole body listening right now so that we can count money together. In my classroom, we say tall, proud, and ready to learn. So you might want to get your body tall, proud, and ready to learn. Now we've got a big goal today, like I might have already told you. I can figure out the value of money by counting coins and bills together. And I bet this is something that you did in 2nd grade. Now we're going to make it just a little bit harder because you're ready. First big question I have for you. This is a fun one to think about. Can you think of 2 ways that we use money? Why should we even care about counting money? I bet you can think of 2 ways that we use money. Let's think about that for a second. I've got 2 ways. Would you like to see how I think we use money? Here's some of the ways that we use money. See if yours is on the list. We buy food. We use money to buy food. We get clothes. We have entertainment. You have a TV that somebody had to pay for. You might have to go to the movie sometime. You might go to a game. We use money for entertainment. We use money for learning. When you buy books and school supplies, those are all ways that we can learn. I'm learning how to be a better crochet person, and I had to go and buy some things so I could be better at crochet. Another thing we do with money is we give gifts, don't we? Sometimes you get money as a gift, especially when you're a little kid, and when you're grown up, you like to give money as gifts. Here's another big question to get our brains ready and thinking about money. What kinds of money do you know about? In the United States, we've got lots of different kinds of money. Let's stop for a second and think about that. What are the different kinds of money that we use? Do you have some pictured in your head? Here's some of the ones that I thought of. We've got coins. Sometimes we call that change, don't we? And I know a lot of people who keep change in their pocket and it jingle, jingle, jingles in their pocket. So we have coins. We have bills. That's what we call our paper money. We call them bills. Credit cards. I bet when you've been at the store, you've seen the little machine that you swipe your card through, or you can put it in the machine. That's how you can pay with a credit card. We also have things called debit cards. They look just like credit cards, but the computer, how it works in the computer is just a little bit different. It connects to a bank account. And then there's this one, there's checks. Sometimes your family might have to write a check, and that's money that comes from the bank. You might get a check one time, and that's somebody giving you some money straight from the bank. So those are different types of money that we have. I bet you knew a lot of those on the list, didn't you? Okay, now that we've reminded ourselves all the things we already know about money, I wanted to make sure that you remembered this from first and second grade. And my big question is, how do I read and write money? There's a special way that we read and write money. Here's how it works. We use a dollar sign, and you can see it's an S with a line straight through it. That's how we indicate that we're talking about dollars. Our dollars are on the left of the decimal, and if I don't have any dollars, I put a 0 in that spot. Here's my decimal. Most of the kids in my class call that a dot, like .com. But it's actually called a decimal when we're talking about money. And then on the right side of the decimal is where we put our cents. And if we don't have any cents, then we put a 0, 0. All right? I bet you remembered that, didn't you? Okay, now we're going to review the specific coins that we use in the United States. We're going to practice their names. You probably already know this, but you might have forgotten some of the trickier ones. We're going to watch this quick video to help you remember all the different kinds of money that we have.
Let's learn about money together. People use money to buy things like food, clothes, and shelter. People buy things with credit cards, debit cards, checks, and coins or bills. Let's learn the names and values of the coins and bills we use. A penny is worth 1 cent. President Abraham Lincoln is on the front of the penny. A nickel is worth 5 cents. President Thomas Jefferson is on the front of the nickel. A dime is worth 10 cents. President Franklin D. Roosevelt is on the front of the dime. A quarter is worth 25 cents. President George Washington is on the front of the quarter. A $1 bill is worth $1. President George Washington is on the front of the $1 bill. A $5 bill is worth $5. President Abraham Lincoln is on the front of the $5 bill. A $10 bill is worth $10. Treasury Secretary Alexander Hamilton is on the front of the $10 bill. A $20 bill is worth $20. President Andrew Jackson is on the front of the $20 bill. A $50 bill is worth $50. President Ulysses S. Grant is on the front of the $50 bill. A $100 bill is worth $100. United States founding father Benjamin Franklin is on the front of the $100 bill. Great job! Remember to like, subscribe, and comment below. Thanks for watching!
Okay, everybody, now that we know all the different kinds of currency that we use in the United States, we're ready to practice counting our bills. And in my classroom, we always ask ourselves, what strategies do I know for this? Because there's lots of right ways to do math. So we're going to work on some of my favorite strategies today. Now, one of the strategies that you can use for counting coins is that when the coins are mixed, start with the highest value. Now, I could count coins a different way and I would get the right value. That makes it harder than it needs to be. So I like to start with the highest value coin. When we're counting mixed coins, we always skip count by the value of the coin. So first, let's take a look at this. Of all these coins, which one has the highest value? The quarter. The quarter is worth 25 cents. So if I had mixed coins, I start with my quarters first. Then I move to the next highest value. That would be the dime. Those are worth 10 cents. And when I count dimes, I skip count by tens. What's my next highest value? The nickel. It's worth 5 cents. When I count nickels, I skip count by fives. And our smallest value is the penny. It's only worth 1 cent. We count those last. We add that total onto the value that we've already counted up. Ready to practice with me? Okay, let's count these quantities together. I have 2 quantities on the screen for us. Let's count the one on the left first. And remember, the strategy that we use is to skip count the value. So let's take a look at which coins are the highest value. And then I skip count where I left off with the last coin. Let's take a look. I can look at this collection. I don't see any quarters, so I'm looking for my next highest value. That would be the dime, 10 cents. I don't have any other dimes, so I move to my next value. Now, I don't start counting at 5 cents with my nickels. I start where I left off. 10 cents, 15 cents, 20 cents, and I'm done with my nickels. Now I'm ready to move on to pennies, and I start where I left off. 20 cents, 21, 22, 23. So this value would be 23 cents. And I could write it like this. No dollars, 23 cents. Just like that. Let's try our next quantity. Remember our strategy. We're looking for our highest value coin, and then I skip count by that value. Oh, we do have a quarter, 25 cents. I only see 1 quarter, so I need to move on to dimes, and I start at 25. I'm done with my quarter. 25, 35, 45. Do you see any more dimes? I don't. I'm ready to move on to nickels. 45 cents. Now I skip count by fives from 45. 45, 50, 55, 60, 65. So far we have 65 cents. No more nickels. Move to the next smallest value. 1 penny, 66 cents. And I would write that $, no dollars, decimal, 66 cents. I bet you're already good at counting change. Oh, now let's work on this one together. I'm going to give you a chance to take a good look at all three piles of coins that I have. The question that I have for you is, which one shows 67 cents? Let's try this first one. I've got 25, 35, 45, 50, 55, 56. Not this pile. Let's try this pile over here. Uh-oh, at a glimpse I can see it is not 67 because I have 3 quarters. 25, 50, 75. We've gone too far, but I'm curious, what's that pile? 75, 85, 90, 95. Oh, if I had one more nickel, I'd have $1. I bet it's this middle one. Let's try it together. 25, 50, 60, 65, 66, 67. It was this middle one that had 67 cents. Did you get that one right? Okay, now that you remember how to count coins, we're gonna start mixing bills and coins together. And I've got another strategy for you. When bills and coins are mixed, start with the highest value bill. This happens a lot to grown-ups. If we've got our money mixed together, we always count the bills first. So if I've got a dollar bill or a golden dollar, aren't they lovely? That's Sacagawea on the front of that. And a lot of times you'll go to bigger cities, no vending machines that take those kinds of dollars. It's a lot of fun. So I start with my dollars first when I've got bills and coins mixed together. Ready to give it a try? Okay, let's count this value together. Now I always start with my bill that's the highest value. So let's take a look and see if you can see the bill that's the highest value. I found it. My $5 bill has more value than my dollars. So I start with my $5, $6, $7. So far, we are at $7. I don't know what's on the right side of the decimal point yet. I don't know my change. Let's count it up. Which one is my highest value coin? The dime, 10 cents, 15 cents, 16, 17. Our collection of bills shows $7.17. Now, I could have counted that money starting with any piece that I wanted, but my strategy makes it go a little bit quicker. So I would recommend you always start with those big bills first. Ready to try another? Okay, let's count this value together. We're looking for the greatest value bill. That would be $10, wouldn't it? So I've got $10. Now, I'm going to skip count by my next smallest value. So that would be $10, $15. So far, we are at $15. I haven't figured out the value of my coins yet. So I look for the highest value coin. 25 cents, 35 cents, 45 cents. Now I skip count by fives, 50. So my collection shows $15.50. Now sometimes English speakers like to take away the words dollars and cents, and you might hear people say something like 15.50. And when we put those two numbers together without the word dollars and cents, we're used to listening for that, and we know the person is talking about money. So I could say that $15.50, or I could say it $15.50. Let's try another together. Let's count this value together. Ooh, look at all those bills. Okay, do you see the bill that has the highest value? I see it right here. It's my $20 bill. $20. Do you see any more $20 bills? We're ready to move on the next highest value. Those would be my $10 bills. So I go 20. Now I'm skip counting by tens. 30, 40. I've got both of those. Now I skip count by my next highest value, 45. So right now I've got $45. And I do have some change. I start with my highest value, 25, 35. My collection of money shows $45.35, or we could say it, 45.35. Oh, we got all kinds of bills up here now. Let's go ahead and try and count this value together. First of all, what is my highest bill? Let's take a look. Oh, I have a $50 bill right here. So I'm going to start with my $50 bill. 50. Now I move on to my next highest value. 50 plus 20 would get me to 70. Do I have any tens? No. Should I do the ones or the fives next? I'll do the fives next. So we were at $70. 75, 80, 81. So right now, I am at $81. Let's take a look at our coins. I need to find the one with the highest value. 25, 35, 45, 55, 65. I have $81.65. I have $81.65 shown in this collection of bills and coins. Oh, let's count this value together. You ready? Take a good look at it, and you decide right now, where should I start? Did you decide to start with the $100 bill? I did too. Let's start with that $100 bill. Now, do you remember earlier when I told you that there's lots of strategies to do math? And I'm a forgetful person, so sometimes I write down values so I don't forget where I was counting. It's a good strategy to write it down so you don't forget. Let's get started. 100. That's my highest value bill. Next, I'm going to move on to the next highest value. 50 is greater than 20, so I'm going to do my 50s next. 100, 150, 200, 250. Right now, I am at $250. Let's see how we can keep going. Now I've got 4 $20 bills. I could say 20 times 4, that equals 80, and I could add it to my $250. Would you like to see it that way? Let's do that strategy. Let's add $80. Boop. And I get $330. Now let's see if I get the same one doing my skip counting. Ready? 100, 150, 200, 250. Now I'm going to skip count by 20s. Ready? 270, 290. Uh-oh, where do I go from there? I need to go 20 more. So I could go 290, 300, 310, and 20 more, 320, 330. I got the same amount doing my skip counting. Whoa, let's count this value together. There's bills all over the place. I bet you're ready for this. Count along with me. 100, 200, 300, 350, 370, 390. I have $390 shown on the screen. And did you notice that I put zeros in my decimal place? So that way who I'm trying to communicate knows that there's no change left over. Okay, let's review what we've talked about today. What strategies do I know to count money? That was our big question for today, wasn't it? We start with the largest bills, and then we use skip counting for each value of the bill or the coin. But I always start with the largest bill. And I keep counting on. I start counting the next value where I left off. I don't start counting from 1 or 5 or 10 again. I start counting where I stopped counting the money. And then I move on to the change. I start with the largest value coin. I count those first. I keep getting smaller with my values till I'm all the way down to the penny. And I use skip counting for the value of that coin. Did you remember all those strategies? I bet you did. Okay, you ready to try this on your own? This one is all for you to do. Let's take a look at this screen. Let's see if you can count the value of that dollar. You might want to write this down. You can send a message to your teacher. Let her know how much money you practiced counting today. Take a good look at it. Did you get that value? One more value to try on your own. Count it up. Largest bills first, next values, then my coins. Largest coins first. Take a good look. See if you can get the total amount of money. Thank you so much for practicing counting money with me today. I had such a good time talking to you. I hope you get to go outside and play in this beautiful sunshine today. And I hope you're having a wonderful time at home learning with us on TV. I know your teacher misses you terribly. Thank you so much again for hosting me. Bye-bye, friends.